Hi everybody, Kristen here from the Dahlia Sewciety with all of your brand new August patterns released. Now, I've got to tell you, a lot of these are still very summery, but I'm dreaming about that nice warm weather because I'm so over our winter at the moment. I am just really craving a bit of sunshine, and we had a couple of sunny days this week, and I just said, isn't it nice to feel that sun on your face again and see that, you know, the sun, the clouds disappearing, a bit of blue sky. It really makes you feel like sewing all the beautiful dresses. So really quite inspired by a lot of these new summer dresses. Of course, most of these are for the summer weather. I'm sure a lot of you, like me here in Australia, are just thinking, oh, it's so cold to be imagining that, but I do know a lot of my warmer states up north are going to be focusing on these and maybe getting a bit of inspo. So I really can't wait for that. Now, at the moment at the Dahlia Sewciety, we are having an end of season clearance. So if you're wanting some beautiful fabrics, we've got a lot of big brands going out on sale this week. Now that is until the weekend. So if you've got your eye on some beautiful fabric, now is the time to go and have a look. And because we have a lot of plans for spring, summer, and a lot of new fabric that will be coming, we need to make room. So definitely go and have a look at some of those wonderful fabrics that are on clearance at the moment. We had a few new patterns in this week that I'm going to be talking about as well. And I've had a few people also asking about the next Bespoke Box, which will be, I think it's August 13th. So not this Sunday, but the one after that. We're having a beautiful theme called Neptune's Daughter. So if you love things to do with the mermaids and the sirens and kind of oceanic theme, I think you're going to love this box. Keep an eye on the newsletter. Always go ahead and check the website as well, because that does have details of when things are coming out. But the newsletter is a great way to keep up to date with dates, release times and things like that. So before I get on to the new patterns of the month, I am wearing today a couple of my beautiful makes that I've made this winter. Of course, this one is a firm favourite of mine. It is a Sewciety pattern Torino vest that is made out of this beautiful boiled wool. This is the burnt sienna colour, and I'll tell you what, I am wearing this with everything. I've put it over a closet core NYX blouse, and this is from that beautiful Mason Blue Mood Peonia fabric that is on sale at the moment this year. A lot of these beautiful French brand fabrics are also marked down for clearance. So if you like the look of this, it is such a beautiful pattern. The NYX, I really would love to make the dress heading into spring because I really love the lovely shoulder detail and the pleating. Nice to be able to layer things so that when you do get a bit hot, or, you know, cool down, you've got your arms free, and I just find it a really practical, easy pattern. So I'm actually, I've got a couple of things I'm in the process of cutting out. One of them is another boiled wool, the Verona jacket from Sewciety Patterns as well. I've been wanting to make that one for years because I find the boiled wool is just such a nice weight, not too heavy, but nice and warm enough to throw on, you know, to keep the body temperature regulated. So really, really happy with that. Keep them very busy in a store, but I always love to get some good content out for you guys. I know a lot of you that don't get to purchase from the store, that are here just to see the content, what I make. I always like to keep those episodes coming out as well for you guys. And a lot of these patterns, I'm sure you would have seen some, but there may be a few here that you haven't seen. So we're going to go through what we've got new here for August. The first pattern I have here is from a very favourite UK designer, and it's Thrada Davies, and she's released a new dress called the Martha dress. Now, I love a nice floaty, easy wear dress, and I especially love a dress that's got that nice amount of ease through the body, that has a couple of different options as well. So the Martha dress has two views. View A has a wonderful inverted style pleat at the front, and at the shoulders it's got nice wide kind of almost like bell sleeve, beautiful design sleeve, lovely and floaty. You've got the option to do patch pockets on that one as well. And view B is a tapered sleeve, similar style there, with 3 shallow pleats on the skirt. So you've got a couple of different looks there, and it's amazing how things like an inverted pleats can give you that wonderful amount of ease and movement. So no zips or fastenings in this particular dress. Yeah, no buttons or darts. It's for all skills, so beginner to advanced, it doesn't matter. She gives fantastic instructions, and I have tested for her patterns in the past and loved the way everything's fitted. So she's mentioned here a light linen or a drapey rayon, cool cotton lawn would be beautiful as well, depending on the amount of structure you want to give the garment. So the Martha dress looks like it'll be definitely one I'll be trying to get stocked in the store as well, because I do love her paper patterns. And I think the thing about Dorado Davies is that her patterns do give a really unique but comfortable style. So they're the sort of patterns you can dress up or down. Definitely, you can put a pair of flat shoes or dress that one up as well. So you've got a few different looks you can give the garment, just depending on how you accessorize it. But really, really love her patterns. They're wonderful. Now, the next is a new pattern release that we have got in store. We have started selling these like hotcakes. Now, I know a lot of you love So Different patterns, and I am very, very privileged to be the only stockist for So Different patterns in Australia. These are patterns that will probably be one of my most sought after patterns in the store. I think the fit and the drafting of these are wonderful, and I love that Laura has developed a lot of her new patterns in collections, and she shows you the inspiration behind these as well. So these were released in a newsletter last week that I put out, and I think over the weekend my top selling things were these patterns. A lot of people are buying all 4 of the patterns as well because they're just so in love with the collection. Now, the Pink City was actually in reference to her recent trip to India, where Laura loved the city of Jaipur, which was actually painted pink for Prince Albert's visit in 1876. It is in reference to the Pink City, so the Pink City collection is where she's derived that inspo from. Now, her patterns run from sizes 8 to 26. The wonderful way she has designed this collection and showcased it is in these beautiful Indian block print cotton fabrics. Now, we will be stocking a lot of these fabrics in store, so keep your eyes peeled for those, because I have got them coming, and I know a lot of people have wanted to purchase the patterns with the fabrics in mind because they want to be doing basically copying what Laura's done there. And what I love is that she's incorporated like maybe 2 different patterns but in similar color schemes, in that way that the actual design, you can showcase 2 different prints. It's just done so beautifully. So the patterns, I'm going to go through them. The first one is the Mahal dress, and it's the beautiful ultimate everyday style, very easy wear dress, a floaty mid-length. You've got really, really lovely gathered side panels as well. So there's beautiful details in that, and again in that beautiful Indian block print fabric. Just gorgeous. Now, the next one is the Aria pleat dress. Now, this is all about the pin tucks. It is a fantasy of pin tucks. It's got a beautiful pin tucks on the sides to give a nice hourglass shape, grown on sleeves, and an optional side zip. And it kind of gives that the skirt like that bubble effect, which is really unique and different. The tuck chuck dress was a very interesting one. It has got a square neckline, but it is a wrap style dress, and not wrap in the usual way that you'll find a wrap dress. This one wraps around from the sides with these kind of panels that are described as wings that wrap around the back and the front with skinnier ties. It's got a lot of pin tucking through it as well, but that one is actually beautiful for showcasing a different print on the belt as well. So you can really get some inspiration there, the way that Laura has done her different print combining techniques. And the last one is a beautiful duster pattern. It's called the Jyoti Duster, and it's got diagonal style lines throughout it. It's got drop style sleeves and beautiful floaty long duster, which I think it looks incredible. And the model there, I think, was Maxine, and she just looks stunning in all these different styles that So Different have brought out. So I just think it's wonderful to see a collection and see the inspiration. You know that I'm all about themes, so when I see an inspired collection from a place like that, I think it's I can really get behind it, and you really do get the essence as to how it's been created and what the designers had in mind there, and such a beautiful job showcasing with those fabrics. So those So Different patterns are in store at the moment here at the Dahlia Society, but I wouldn't wait too long. And as I say, they do come from the UK, so if you're wanting one and they have sold out, please put your name on the wait list, and I'll be doing my best to get more of those patterns in, because I think they'll be one of the top selling patterns, especially coming into spring and summer. Now, the next pattern is from True Bias, and it is the Asta top and dress. And of course, True Bias have a wonderful size range now, 0 to 32. It is a square front and square back tank style dress or top. Included angled style French darts as well there with a button opening back. So really nice details there and very bra friendly as well. So the view A you can make in the crop top and it looks gorgeous with a pair of high-waisted elastic pants. View B is the mini shift dress with soft back darts, and she's stated here light to medium weight wovens, things like cotton, linen and rayon would be beautiful and soft and floaty. The next one is from Helen's Closet, and we do love a good Helen's Closet reveal. I think she does a wonderful job showing you different options there. There are 3 different ways you can make this Lawrence dress, and if I get this video out quick enough, you still can get 20% off for this week only. So head on over to Helen's website and you'll see that little deal going there. Size range on the Lawrence dress is 0 to 34. She's also included B and D cup. So wonderful to be knowing that you can sew a dress with a more fitted bust without having to do a full bust adjustment. It really does help there. So great sizing there on the bust. There's also the option of a flutter sleeve. You can do the tiered skirt as well, which is just so floaty and beautiful on Helen. It's very fun and breezy. There's the top as well as the dress, or the longer tiered style dress. So I think it looks beautiful. I love a good flutter sleeve. I love to have a little bit of shoulder coverage if I can, and I think with a nice floaty fabric you could really dress that up. Love the imaging she's on the package, on the patterns. She's actually styled it with a nice belt as well if you want to give it some definition there. So well done to Helen on another great pattern release. And also remember, if you're here in the cooler climate here in the Southern Hemisphere, you could always layer that pattern. I think it would be wonderful. The next pattern release is from Mooner and Broad, and of course Mooner and Broad have got a wonderful indie plus size pattern company, size 12 and up. And their sizes go from size ranges A to M. Now the Piedmont skirt is a midi length skirt. You've got relaxed inverted pleats at the front and a really nice, easy, comfortable elastic back. Great for fitting, because I personally do not like skirts if they've got no elastic anywhere. I find I really just can't wear anything too fitted now unless it's got a nice flat front elastic back. That's exactly how I like to wear it, because I just find it much more comfortable. Or if you find your sizing going up and down, and sometimes too in summertime you don't want anything too restrictive around the middle, I think that is fantastic. That's my ideal skirt pattern. I think it'd be beautiful in winter as well, that one with a nice pair of boots. So a great comfy classic skirt. You've got anchored inseam pockets as well that will stay nice and stabilized there, so it looks like a beautiful pattern. Another skirt as well, the big release from Friday Pattern Company, because of course we all know how popular their patterns are, and I think this one is a really unique pattern, very, very different. I really love how they've styled it on a younger and a more mature model, and also different sizes, so you can really get a feel of how it would look on your body. I personally love the midi length in the denim. I think it's gorgeous. They've got a pleated front and darted back, and you've also got the belt and a really cute little add-on like coin purse on the belt there with D-rings. You can add on something really different. Of course, I think Chelsea always aims to do something really different with her pattern. She really brings a bit of more of a unique styling. So it's really, really interesting design, this skirt. She's done it with in mind things like wovens like twills and denims, and I really like the denim midi one. I think it's gorgeous. I personally don't know if it's the right style for me with a lot of that pleating around the front, but I really think you can get away with it depending on how you style the top. You could make it really more of a feature maybe and have a top tucked in. I think it would look gorgeous with a little crop jacket as well. So yeah, the mini or midi versions. So of course, size range on Friday Pattern Company is extra small to 7XL. Now I've got to say, the pick of the bunch out of all of these summery dresses for me is the standout would be the Pattern Scout Flora tank and dress. And I absolutely love what Casey has done with the bodice on this dress. It is all tucks. You've got a lot of French seams, you've got inseam pockets, but what I love about the wide tucks, normally you see fine pin tucks, but having these wide pin tucks is really, really unusual. I love that you can either do it with a narrower strap or the nice thick bra-friendly strap. So she's given you the options to do those lovely bows that tie up as well for the bra-friendly option. Size range on Pattern Scout patterns is 0 to 30. And you've also got the B, C and D cup options as well. So that really does help, because personally for me, I'm a C cup in sewing. I'm not quite a D cup. So a lot of pattern companies don't give you the option for C cup. So that's really, really handy. And I also love that soft, floaty, long line skirt without having the tiers. So if you're, maybe you're a bit tiered out. I know a lot of people love a tiered skirt. There is a lot of work and a lot of volume and fabric. But if you're wanting just a nice long lined floaty style skirt dress, this floral might be the one for you. And of course, don't forget to head over to Casey's channel. She does have a channel for Pattern Scout patterns, and you could follow along with her. And I think she might even have a sew along for this flora pattern, but it's just so beautifully done, and that nice simple blue colour on her looks gorgeous. A Style Like have got their bonus pattern of the month, of course, is a brand new pattern release from them, and it's called the Shannon Woven Jumpsuit. You can make this Shannon jumpsuit in either bodice A, which is a sleeveless version, or the B, which is a short sleeve V-neck version. It's got a really comfy looking elastic waist. You can either do the round or the V-neck. Size range on that is 0 to 32. So that looks like a really interesting jumpsuit. I know a lot of you love jumpsuits and a lot of you don't like them. I'm not a huge jumpsuit wearer, but I really love the way they look on the body. So sometimes, even though it's a big pain to have to strip off in the loo, and yeah, sometimes it's worth it if you get the right look, and they can look amazing on. And of course, the Sewciety jumpsuit is one of my favorite all-time patterns, but I really, really love the look of this jumpsuit. Love a good elastic waist for cinching, and a bit of waist detail there as well. So that one will be an interesting one to see how it looks on. It looks gorgeous on the models there. The last new release for the month of August, which is actually a pre-order, is the long-awaited second book from Jenny Rushmore of Cashmerette Patterns, and it's called Sewing the Curve. So a brand new book teaching you all how to sew your own wardrobe, and of course 6 amazing patterns in this book. Size range on this is 12 to 32. That's US size 12 to 32, and a C to H cup. So that's about a size 16 US. So I know I got caught out last time because I kind of fall right into this very, very start of the size range on most Cashmerette patterns in this, the extended size range. Of course, now they do have 2 separate size ranges, but the book just has the US size 12 to 32. So I will be taking pre-orders for those, this new book, and I know a lot of you are really loving her books and her patterns. The release date for this is in November, so if you're wanting one of these books, I'll be advertising this on the website, so just go ahead and you can do pre-order that way. But I really love to hear thoughts on that, and I know a lot of you are enjoying the Cashmerette Club as well as the Closet Core Club, the Crew Club that's happening at the moment. But yeah, her patterns are amazing. They always fit beautifully as well, and they're just so great to not have to do things like full bust adjustments. Having those different cup sizes really takes the pain and the effort of having to go and do all those alterations to patterns. So love the look of this new book. So the patterns in there look really gorgeous too. I'll put some images up so you can see, but I really love how she's she's extending these books to have something like this. I think a lot of people really do rely on having that hand holding and taking them through how to make a pattern. But yeah, some of these patterns look really, really gorgeous. I think there's a quilted jacket and a lovely looking wrap style skirt in there as well. So very exciting new release from Jenny Rushmore at Cashmerette Patterns. So that's all I have for you for the month of August. Again, very Northern Hemisphere friendly, a lot of new patterns they are. But if you're like me here in Australia, you're thinking and dreaming about some summer sewing, maybe that's given you a little bit of inspiration as to what you'd like to see in your spring and summer wardrobe. If you've enjoyed today's content, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, because that does help other sewists like you find the channel. I'd love to hear what you're sewing as well. Please write in the comments below, because I always take my time to read through the comments. It does take me a bit longer these days to get back to you all, but I do love reading and hearing about what you're all making. So have a beautiful sewing week. We'll see you all very shortly. Bye for now.